like to tell you a little story that took place in Marks and Spencer's in Petersfield a couple of weeks ago. So I'm there doing my shopping, and I've got my son in his pram. I've got an armful of stuff, and it's falling out of my hands, and I'm thinking, right, I need to get to a checkout because I'm going to drop it all. So I'm looking around and I see a checkout, and the woman who stood at the end of the aisle, she's put all her shopping on. She's got the divider up, the little plastic divider. So I'm thinking, right, cool, I'm going for it. Put my stuff down, start loading it onto the conveyor belt, and she starts turning around and looking at me. Oh, she's looking at me, and I'm looking at her thinking, what's her problem? Anyway, I keep putting my stuff on. I've got tomatoes, I've got wine, I've got, bits and bobs, and she starts picking my stuff up and literally slamming it down on the conveyor belt back towards me. She does it a few times. She does it with my wine. She's quite rough with that. I thought, well, it's not really for me anyway, so she can do what she likes with that. My tomatoes, my lovely sweet cherry tomatoes, she picks them up, she slams them down. I'm thinking, if I wanted ketchup, I'd have bought ketchup, and this is getting a bit physical now, and I need to figure out what's going on. So I thought, right, okay, what's the problem, love? It's clearly a problem. Yes, there is. There is a problem. I haven't yet put my stuff on the conveyor belt. Okay, sorry about that. You can put your stuff on the conveyor belt, it's not a problem. Yes, that was a parrot. She then says to me, the problem with you is you're the sort of person that can't wait, clearly can't wait. And I was really taken aback by that, as I thought, well, I'm just putting my stuff on the conveyor belt. What's the problem? So I said, there's no need to smash my stuff up. I wasn't smashing your stuff up. She's going, we all saw you doing it. I've literally just watched you doing it. So I went from being taken aback to starting to get a bit narky. And she then says to me, I'm an invalid, you know. And I thought, I don't understand what's going on here. I'm looking for the camera. I'm thinking there must be a camera here. Someone's filming me. This is utterly ridiculous. Here's the science, if you want to call it the science. Here's the process behind what was going on. She's in her victim mode. She's in her victim mode. She needs a perpetrator. I'm her perpetrator. This person has deigned to put her shopping on the conveyor belt. How very dare she? I go into victim mode because she switches from victim to perpetrator very quickly, starts raising her voice, having a go, slamming my stuff on the conveyor belt, getting physical. She's clearly very upset. I then go from victim very quickly into slightly annoyed, and then after she'd left, I went from slightly annoyed to blind rage. Absolute rage. I was going to hunt her down on the street and give her what for. My Jaguar kicked in and was like, something needs to die. Not someone, by the way. We don't kill people. Something needs to die here. It needs to be put to rest, because this ain't okay. We switch all the time. From victim to perpetrator to rescuer, it happens all the time. We watch it in daily life. It just happens. It's what we do as humans. The trick is to notice when it's going on. And in the heat of the moment, even for us who are trained to notice it, it can be really difficult to sit in that space where you can see clearly enough to go, right, okay, cool. Really what was happening was she was no victim. She was chucking her toys out the pram. She had this little drama going on, and I just happened to be nearby enough and doing the thing that triggered her enough that she was able to then recruit me in part of her little story. in retrospect, what I possibly should have done was take on the fourth role of mediator. It was an option for me. I didn't take it at the time, I just went straight to perpetrator and victim. But mediator would have sat and said, right, I see you're angry, I hear you're angry, what needs to change in order for you to move on from this? The other option, of course, was to not engage at all, which maybe should have been the thing that I did, but when someone's smashing your shopping up, it's very difficult to not say anything, because you're there thinking, I'm just about to pay for this and I don't want damaged goods, I'm going to have to put a stop to this. So at times we have to intervene, we have to interact, we have to engage. We choose the level of engagement that we go to when we are of sound mind and clear mind, and not completely shocked that this is all going on in Marks and Spencer's, of all places. One of the best bits of advice I was ever given, probably the best bit of advice, and I have patients coming in and telling me all the time about stuff that goes on in their lives, and they don't understand why people behave the way they do. Are you ready for this? This is probably the best bit of advice I've ever been given. Wounded dogs bite. Wounded dogs bite. Of course they do. Of course wounded dogs bite. Wounded people bite. When they bite, they are wounded. That's where the compassion comes in. This woman is wounded. She's biting. And you know what? What a great lesson for me to sit back and reflect on it afterwards and see the opportunity for some healing for me. I was triggered by it. I was triggered by someone assuming that I was the sort of person that cannot wait. That was the trigger for me, and that's what I have to take to session. So thank you very much, lady, whoever you are, lady in Marks and Spencer's, legend.